What's up, dude? So, going through the wake, quite a bit fucking better than the original one. Lots of good shit, still some issues, but getting closer, way, way closer. Um, so, same thing as always. There's some gap. I took out the gaps, and most, like 90 fucking 5% of them are tightness things. There's not a whole lot of them. The main one that happens a bunch is like in the verses where it's um, the guitar and it's like or where you started hitting those pickup notes. Some of those, a few of them, they're like a little off. So like I just there's not a whole. I mean, a lot of them are right on, but then there's some that are off. So you just gotta really listen to the guitar track because the guitar track's tight as fuck. So it's like it has to be with the guitar strum. Those particular strums are with the guitar strum. There's not even a bass note, it's or kick or drum note. I mean, you know. Those, whatever, you'll see them. Those are those. There's a few of those around, not a lot of them, pretty good. One thing though I realized is in the main, I guess the chorus, this isn't something we talk. It's originally I was trying to make you play exactly what I was playing, and you're not playing what I'm playing, which it doesn't even matter. Honestly, it's kind of, the more I think about it, it's kind of sloppy on the bass anyway. Like, even if you're the best bass player in the world, it won't come out super clean comparatively. And listening, it should just go with the fucking drums, which is on the second repeat. Let me show you. It's like, so it's... right there. It's the on the next on the that second time where I go. It's I was trying to get you to do it. You weren't getting it. It doesn't even matter. Honestly, that doesn't matter if you get it or not. It should just be. Just listen to the drums. It should just be 5 and open right here. Like it's right here. So from the beginning. Every time. Now, granted, in the later choruses, you're kicking, you're going. But that's what it is. Only on the last one, not the first one, of course, because the first one is different. So it's the second rotation of it. It's only when the guitar does the fast. You should be like. So that's just an extra note to go into the three choruses. It's the same, Again, just whatever. I just did it 10 times in a row. But. That's not something you fucked up. That's just something listening. I just think it makes sense. I mean, I guess it's debatable, but right now you're not playing with the drums or me on that little part. You're going, or whatever. I think it's what you're doing, whatever. But the drums aren't doing it. I'm not. I'm going. So it should just be with the drums. So that. Then let's see. I mean, there's a lot of good shit. There's just some tightness things. Checking in here and there. At 158, there's a gap. Let's see what that is, because there's you hit an extra note or something. Let me see what it is. No, it's before. Let me see. Fuck, sorry. Sorry, dude. Oh, that's what it was. Okay, I hear it. Now I remember. Right there. It's taken out because it's you went. missed the open. It's you did them all the rest of the times, which is cool, but you missed that one. It's all every single time in the song that it goes. You need to hit that. So it's on the second verse when it goes into the chugging part. You know, it's at 158 instead of just because you're going straight to the second fret. It needs to have that. You got to replace one of these fifth fret notes with the open. Like, cause here's you know, here's you. So right there, you don't hit it. So anyway, that little bit, not too bad. Let's see, and then we go to the middle section. It's the same fucking thing, dude. It's easier here. They're just all wrong, dude. You're not hitting the right amount of notes. Like I don't mean like they're all wrong. I just mean like every one of them is off. There was one you did that was technically the right amount of notes, but it wasn't tight. I think you really got to just work on your right hand eighth notes, man, and really just get those solid, because it's like seems like that's where like a lot of your problems come from. Most of the things that are like sloppy is whenever it gets to eighth notes in any of the songs, it's like that's where you start losing it. You really got to get that right hand just fucking super solid for eighth notes, man. And then also just the riff itself. You got to listen, like, because I noticed like sometimes you're attempting to do it right, sometimes you're not even attempting. You're just missing the first two notes. Regardless of what I know, because some of there's a couple times the drums just go digga digga dent, but you can't just go because the guitar is going. You can't hit an open note underneath of this. So it's like, I mean, if you just listen, it's like, you know, see, right, even right here, but the drums just go. But the guitar is still going. So if I'm hitting that, you can't have that ringing out underneath. That's not a fucking chord. So you have to do. I mean, how many notes is that? Dun, 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 dun. Is that 10 notes? Dun, 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 dun. It's 10 notes. I mean, it's two open, 2, 3, 2. 2 notes on each one in eighth notes. I can't say it any clearer. I don't know how else to do it. This is like the 15th time I'm trying to point out this very simple riff. And you know, I think the thing is you're doing it and you're just like listening to it, the drums, and then you hear it sloppy, or you don't hear it sloppy because you kind of hear the kicks and it makes it sound tight. But it's like this, dude. It's like building a house. It's like you can do a shoddy job on the foundation, and then when you build the house, you won't see it. But it's not as strong as it should be, and it's just not what it could be. And that's the thing. It's like you could let things go on recordings, and you know what? People probably wouldn't even hear that the bass wasn't exactly tight. But it's not about noticing it's wrong. It's just building a solid foundation. And then, you know, we're a badass band. Every fucking part has to be right. There's no reason for there to be anything wrong anywhere. So throughout the whole middle, I mean, every single one is off. Again, you know, it's closer than before, but every single, because like, and I do some variations in guitar where instead of palm muting, I do some, but you know, where I let it go. You know, I do 2 notes, but I'm still hitting those notes. You can't just like not do them because I'm not palm muting them. It's still there. You know, as a bass player, you got to constantly ride the line of the drums and the guitar. Like, what's the guitar doing? Obviously, you're trying to be tight with the drums, but you have to hit the correct notes, otherwise that's fucking off. So, you know, it's. I mean, I guess I don't know how else to do it. I'll just play through it. Maybe it'd be a better way for you to just really hear it. I don't know what else to do, because this is like so. I mean, I'm not trying to be a dick here. I don't know what else to do besides it goes exactly 90% of the times exactly with the kicks. There's a few times the kicks don't do it, but it's the same thing because the guitar's doing it, so you have to do it anyway. You know, so it's like, you know, it's just. just goes. But you still have to go. Or right there it goes. You know, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's just every time. It's just the same thing. The only time it changes is that you change, you know, instead of, you know, you take off the last 3 notes. You got that part, but it's always, or it always starts on 2. It's never, it's always every single time. And then a lot of the ones you were missing the last note, you were going, or let's see, that's what you were doing. You were going, or something. You were like hitting. You were basically a lot of them. You were missing the very last note. You know, the drums most of the time are going digga 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 digga. It needs to be tight and just in it. I don't know. I mean, maybe if it's really really a problem, just get one and just copy and paste it across the whole fucking thing because it's literally the exact same thing. There's only one. The only variation is instead of. There's only 2 variations that you should ever be playing throughout that entire thing, and most of the time it's all. It has to be tight. I don't know, man. There's my next 3-minute explanation of the same thing again. Just try and get it, dude. Listen to the kicks, and the thing is listen. Turn the drums when you do it. And you think you have it tight. Listen to your bass track by itself, because sometimes it gets lost, and you theoretically say, well, if you can't hear it, what's the difference? But that's bullshit. Like, there is a fucking difference. You might not be able to hear the bass isn't tight, but it's like specifically, especially with the guitar and the drum and in the mix, you might not. But fuck that, dude. Like, it needs to be right. So just, I don't know, man, go through and punch those parts in. Just really fucking listen and timing, man. You know, at right 8th notes, man. That's your. Honestly, dude, you should really, really just practice that in general. Just your 8th notes, dude. Just solid 8th notes with your fingers, because like that's where you get lost a lot of times. They just you kind of just do whatever, and it's not in time, and it's kind of just like there. So that throughout that whole middle section, every one of those again, and then the only other thing, or a couple, well, the only thing, let's see. Oh yeah, at the very end of the solo, you know, you did that, you know, or whatever. It's a lot closer, but I think the first one, it just wasn't in time. You got to really listen to the timing, you know. Because technically those notes are hitting exactly timing-wise with the guitar, and like the first one wasn't tight, but whatever. The second 2 versions are cool. Anyway, and then the only thing was at the very end where it's like. It definitely needs to stop. You just like kept playing. I forget what you did. You went like, you know, the drums, the guitar, everything stops. And the solo went. It needs to be, you know. You know, it's just, it'll be way fucking tighter, man. You know, it's right here. Your note, whatever it was, but it's whatever the fuck, you can hear it on the recording. That, and then the only other thing, and this is like super small, but it's just I'm hearing it and it just could be cooler. This right here at the very end, where you hear do and you went. Okay, so on yours you went, which is fine, but, and it's okay. This isn't wrong. This is kind of an opinion, but I think it would be cooler if you went back. Okay, because basically the guitar pick scrapes are going down and then up in a certain timing. If you went up and then down in that same timing, it would be awesome. And plus, just going back down. So it's like, I mean, if you listen to here, I can turn the guitars on so you can like listen. I'll take them way down though. But it's like it'd be, you know, something along the lines of like. Probably couldn't hear, but look at my hands and that timing. It's there's totally a timing. I don't know exact. There is a time. The way I do it on that is absolutely an exact timing. But I don't know. I'm not musical. I don't know how many fucking counts it is. Listen. See, check it out. It'll sound cool. Bass doing the opposite. It'll be sick. You know, you can hear it. Right? And honestly, that's like, that doesn't matter. If you hit an actual note, definitely hit the 14 because that's the octave. You know, but it doesn't have to yet. Actually, it probably should be. That's gonna sound better. Yeah, you should slide to the 14. It's up in the air. You can decide whether you actually hit the note or not, or just kind of go. It can be whatever, but the timing of it, for sure. Anyway, sorry, we're up to fucking 16 minutes long video. But, dude, overall, a lot of really great shit. Honestly, that's hella good shit, dude. There's not a whole... I'm looking if there's any other things in it after so. That's everything, dude. But, you did really good. It's very, very fucking close. Stoked. Dude, it sounded great, actually. With all that being said, it's sounding great. There's just that one... you're still having an issue with. But, all good, dude. Fucking A. Real close, brother. Fuck yeah.